quality education, expanding access to learning, serving learners' learning needs, tackling challenges of the present time, supporting every learner's dream, reaching young Tagomeños where they are today. From the music capital of the Philippines, advancing in the challenge of distance learning, the official TV-based instruction of DepEd Tagum City, bringing you quality education straight to your home. Plug yourself in. This is DepEd TV. Tara na!
Dare to be remarkable as we start embracing the day with a big smile and open mind as we explore, discover, and learn together.
Are you excited for another sci-fantastic journey? That's great! We too are all excited! Welcome to an amazing and exciting world of science!
I'm Teacher Arlen.
I am Teacher Maria Luisa. I am Teacher Michelle.
And I am Teacher Princess.
And we are your science teachers.
Do you have your materials for today's lesson? Now, secure your pen, notebook, and learning module as we go through our science episode.
For this lesson, you will be able to describe beneficial and harmful interaction among living things. Specifically, you will learn to identify and describe some beneficial and harmful interaction among living things, classify useful and harmful interaction among living things.
Before we head on to our new topic, let me ask you first. Can you still recall the prior lesson in the last episode? Wow, that's great! Last time, you learned about the effects of the environment on the life cycle of organisms. Now, you already know from the last episode that environmental effects include both abiotic and biotic attributes throughout the life cycle of certain organisms. All living or biotic elements are animals, plants, fisheries, forest, and bird. While non-living or biotic elements includes water, land, sunlight, rock, and air. When the environment changes, some plants and animals survive and reproduce, and others die. All organisms cause changes in the environment where they lived. Some of these changes are harmful to other organisms, whereas others are beneficial. So, all organisms depend too much to the environment where they live. They can survive only in the environments in which their needs can be met. Before we begin, let's watch this video first.
At any given point of time, Do you find yourself to be surrounded by nature with all its beauty in the form of trees, plants, lakes, rivers, animals, insects, etc.? Do you think there is some form of contact or collaboration between the living and the non-living components of ecosystem? Living organisms seem to interact amongst themselves and with the physical environment. There are two main components of an ecosystem, which are in constant communication with each other. They are the biotic components and the abiotic components. The living components of an ecosystem are called the biotic components. Some of these factors include plants, animals, as well as fungi and bacteria. These biotic components can be further classified based on the energy required source. Producers, consumers, and decomposers are the three broad categories of biotic components. Abiotic components are the physical and the chemical factors that act on the living organisms at any part of their life. These are also called as the ecological factors. The physical and chemical factors are characteristics of the environment. Light, air, soil, and nutrients form the abiotic components of an ecosystem. In conclusion, ecosystems have a complex set of interaction that happen between the biotic and abiotic components. The components of an ecosystem are linked to each other through the energy flows and nutrient cycles. Even though ecosystems do not have clear boundaries, these interactions get affected even if one factor is changed or removed. This ultimately has the capacity to affect the entire ecosystem.
How did you find the video, kids? Were you able to identify the difference between abiotic and biotic elements found in the environment? Great job, kids! So always remember that environment is really important to the different organisms. It can affect the organisms if the environment changes. If these changes will happen, some organisms may not survive or it will die. Did you get it, kids? Great!
Thank you, Teacher Princess, for the quick review of the last episode. Did you have fun from the last episode, kids? Wow, that's amazing! Now, let's proceed to our lesson for today. But before we start, let me ask you, do you know that there are beneficial and harmful interaction among living things? Let us find out by answering the following questions to test your prior knowledge about it. Direction. Choose the letter of the correct answer. You will be given only 5 seconds to answer each questions. Let's begin. Number 1. Which of the following pair of organisms has harmful interactions? A. Orchid and a trunk of a tree. B. A bird's nest and a tree. C. Butterflies and flowers. D. A snake and a rat. Timer starts now. Time's up. What is your answer? Got it right. The correct answer is letter D, a snake and a rat. Number 2. The following are the types of harmful interaction among living things except letter A, commensalism, B, competition, C, parasitism, D, predation. Timer starts now. Time's up. Did you have the same answer, kids? Yes, very good. It's letter A, commensalism. 3. Which of the following is a parasite? A lion hunting a zebra. B. Bird's nest on a tree.
C. Fleas sucking blood from a dog. D. A snake swallowing a bird's egg. Timer starts now. Time's up. What is your answer? That's right. The answer is letter C. Fleas sucking blood from a dog. Great job, kids! Just keep on learning.
Thank you, Mama Lo. Kids, I want you to observe carefully the following interaction among organisms. Which of them belongs to beneficial interaction and harmful interaction? Let's find out as we begin the lesson for today. There are interactions where both species benefit from the relationship, and there are also interactions where one species benefits but the other is neither affected nor harmed. Mutualism and commensalism are interactions that are beneficial and important for survival. Mutualism is the type of interaction where both species benefit from the relationship. Example, bees and flower. Flowers depend on bees to pollinate, and the bees sip the flower's nectar as a food. So, both the flower and the bees help each other. Other example is human. Human needs plants for food and oxygen. On the other hand, plants needs carbon dioxide during the process of photosynthesis. Commensalism is the type of interaction where one organism benefits while the other is not harmed nor affected. Example is orchids and tree. The tree provides a place where the orchids could grow, and the tree isn't harmed or affected. Other example is the frogs use plants' leaves as habitat and for protection. There are also harmful interactions. These are the predation, parasitism, and competition. Predation is the type of interaction where one benefits while the other one is harmed or badly affected. The one that usually benefits is called the predator, and the one that is harmed is called the prey. Example is the bird and worm. The bird killed the worm before they eat, so the bird is the predator and its prey is the worm. Other example is foxes hunting the deer for food. Parasitism is an example of an interaction where one organism benefits from the interaction while the other one is harmed or badly affected. The organism that usually benefit from the interaction is called parasites, and the one that is affected is the host. Example is the human and mosquito. Mosquitoes bite humans and feed by their blood. The mosquito is the parasite and its host is the human. Parasite could be internal or external parasites. The internal parasites are those found inside the body of a host, like the ascaris, a type of a worm, in the human stomach. While external parasites are those found outside the body of the host, like aphids and tick of a dog's body. Parasites are dependent on a living host. They must live in a living host. Some parasites do slight harm to their host, and others even kill their host. Other example is fleas suck on the dog's body. Competition is another harmful interaction because animals are striving or fighting each other for food and other basic needs for survival. Example is the lions and a buffalo. Lions compete with each other by attacking the buffalo to get food for survival. Other example is wolves are eyeing or hunting the chicken for food.
Wow! Thank you for that very comprehensive discussion, Teacher Eileen. Always remember, kids, that interaction is a relationship that exists among organisms. It could be a beneficial or harmful interaction. Now, let's check if you catch up our discussion by having an activity. Are you ready for another activity? Great! Let's do this! Direction. Look at the pictures and identify what type of interaction among living things are the following. Choose the letter for the best answer inside the word bank. You will be given 30 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Time's up! Now, let's check your answers. If you got all the correct answers, good job, kids! It seems that you really identify the different interactions among living things. And for those who did not get the perfect score, it's okay. We still have another activities to do. I know that you can do it.
Thank you, Teacher Michelle. Kids, are you excited to have another activity? Come on, let's try another one. Direction. Identify what type of interaction among living things are the following. Write in your notebook if it is commensalism, mutualism, predation, parasitism, and competition. You will be given 5 seconds to answer each item. Let's begin. Number 1. Cat eating a rat. Time's up. What is your answer? Great! The correct answer is predation. Number 2. Frog on the leaf. Time's up! What is your answer? Correct! The correct answer is commensalism. Number 3. Wolves are fighting for the chicken. Time's up! If your answer is competition, you got it right. Easy, right, kids? Great! Did you get all the correct answers, kids? Excellent! I'm pretty sure that you can answer all the activities in your module. So stay with us and continue watching and learning.
Thank you, Teacher Princess. Well done, kids! If you listen carefully to our discussion, then answering the activities will be easier for you. But I'm sure you managed to answer all of them, since all of you are fantastic kids! This time, let's watch this short video clip and write down your observations about the video.
Nature is life and life is nature itself. Its beauty is remarkably marvelous. It is full of wonders.
Does it show beneficial and harmful interaction among living organisms?
Were you able to identify the organisms that have beneficial and harmful interaction?
How about its effect to the environment and other living organisms?
Can you identify now what are the living organisms that are beneficial and harmful among living organisms? Say fantastic, kids!
So kids, did you enjoy our lesson for today? Wow! We also enjoy it too. We hope that you learned a lot for today's lesson. Now, let's have a short recap on the lesson that we have discussed. There are interactions where both species benefit from relationship, and there are also interactions where one species benefit from the other is neither affected nor harmed. Mutualism and commensalism are interactions that are beneficial or important for survival. There are also harmful interactions. These are predation, parasitism, and competition. You did something great today, kids. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Mama Lo, for that quick recap of our lesson today. Now, let us assess what you have learned from today's discussion. Are you ready? Great! Direction. Read the question carefully and write the letter of the correct answer in your notebook. You will be given 5 seconds to answer each item. Let's begin! Number 1. Which of the following pair of organisms has harmful interaction? A. A snake and a rat. B. Butterflies and a flower. C. A bird's nest and a tree. D. Orchids in a trunk of a tree. Time is up. Let's check your answer. If your answer is letter A snake and a rat, that's correct. Number 2. Why the relationship between a bee and a flower is considered mutualistic? A. The bees harm the flower. B. The bee benefits from the interaction because of the nectar it gets from the flower. C. The flower benefits from the interaction because of the pollen grains being transferred by the bees. D. Both the bee and flower benefit from the interaction because of the good things that contribute to their development. Time is up! The correct answer is letter D. Both the bee and the flower benefit from the interaction because of the good things that contribute to their development. Number 3. What are the beneficial interaction among living things? A. Parasitism and predation. B. Predation and competition. C. Mutualism and commensalism. Letter D. Commensalism and competition. Time is up! Now let's check your answer. The correct answer is letter C. Mutualism and commensalism. Number 4. Which of the following organism considered as commensalism? A. Bird and worm. B. Lions and deer. C. Butterflies and flower. D. Orchids and tree. Time is up. If your answer is letter D, orchids and tree, you got it right. The following pair of organism has beneficial interaction except A. A bird's nest on a tree. B. Wolves are fighting for the chicken. C. Butterflies and flowers. D. Squirrels stay inside the hole of a tree. Time is up. Do we have the same answer? Excellent! The correct answer is letter B. Wolves are fighting for the chicken. Congratulations, kids! You did a great job. You are certified Science Fantastic Kids.
Congratulations, kids! You all did great today. You are truly a Science Fantastic Kids. Good job! This has really been an amazing educational journey with you.
We hope you have an awesome day with us, and we are looking forward for another episodes with you. Once again, I'm Teacher Arlen.
I am Teacher Maria Luisa.
I am Teacher Michelle.
And I am Teacher Princess, saying
Always explore and discover the amazing world of science. Have a wonderful day and see you